A lot of times technology becomes very impersonal and disconnected. One of the things that cloud computing does is it allows all these disparate endpoints and schools and universities and companies and whatnot to bring all that together. So the Maria Ferrari Children's Hospital was the first hospital we actually set up this Lion's Den, this technology room, with machines that were donated by Microsoft. Full Armor came in to donate the software and the time to set up the machines and remotely manage them.
Our Lions Den Companions and Courage Room has been phenomenal. The kids come in every day, they go online, they email their friends, they play games, they have kids checking their homework, and it totally takes their minds away from what's going on, from the pain they may be in, from the fact that they're in the hospital, away from their friends, away from school, away from their family. It really gives them the opportunity to kind of still feel connected. We've had kids Skype to friends. We actually had a virtual visit with Santa Claus last year for some of the kids. It's been, for some families, just, as they say, it's a lifesaver.
We did a cost analysis of what it would cost the hospital if they would have actually had to set up their own machines, do servers, to hire an IT administrator to manage this. It would have cost them $10,000 in capital and $7,500 a year in ongoing costs, and which would have been in 2 years at least $25,000. With our software, although it was donated, if they even paid for it, which we've subsequently done in other children's hospitals, it would have only been $1 per user per month, which is $60 a year. And that level of efficiency really comes through using cloud-based technology to remotely manage and secure these endpoints. We really waited for a platform environment to be created in the cloud, and that's when the Windows Azure environment when it came out, was so exciting for us. We were one of the first adopters of the Windows Azure Platform. We're actually one of the first commercial apps to be developed on top of Windows Azure. And it just so happens one of the first customers was a whole country in Africa, which allowed us to scale our solution not from 5, 10 machines per hospital, but to hundreds of thousands of teachers in Africa. So Full Armor started with college roommates from Cornell University. We actually got together, decided let's start a company based on great principles, and let's see if we can just run that company even after graduation. Full Armor has been in business for 22 years, and our primary market has been the corporate IT. So our customers are the largest retailer, the largest bank, the government, military, CIA, FBIs of the world. But when we applied our technology to places like the Children's Hospital, and we get feedback where children are actually quoting the fact that they can get out of bed and they have a motivation to come and play, and their pain is forgotten. That really helps us see the value of what we're doing, even beyond just making money, but being able to make a profit and run a business and still be able to do something philanthropic. One of my passions is hockey, and so when I moved to Seattle, one of the first things I did was look up a place to play hockey, and I found some great group of guys that were willing to take me in. And I'd have to say it was one of the hardest sport I've ever had to learn. You literally have to, it's like learning how to walk. And one of the things that I love about playing hockey is everybody's so passionate about the game. Our whole garage is a hockey field, essentially. Both my sons, they have a full hockey gear. They're with the skates, rollerblades, and we're playing every night. They're fanatical about hockey. There I am, I'm number 2. If you look closely, you can see the passion in my skating. So one of the value points that we've been able to provide with our technology is connections with the K-12 market.
Open Windows School is a school specifically geared for children who are gifted. The school is very good about making sure that the teachers have up-to-date technology, and we have access to computers in the classroom. We have a computer specialist that the children see, and even within the context of the classroom, they have opportunities to use the classroom computers. And initially, computers in the classroom 16 years ago, they were there, but they weren't utilized to the extent that they are now. Also at the beginning, there wasn't a lot of traffic on the internet. It's become more and more important for protections to be in place, especially in a school environment, to make sure that as children use the internet, that it's a safe place for them. And I know that that's one thing that the school in the technology department, they put measures in place to make sure that that happens.
We first got in touch with the Open Windows School with their need to actually reduce their IT budget and expand their program at the same time. And cloud computing was the ideal scenario for this because it helps them really focus on and their resources on what really matters for the kids, the curriculum development, the teachers having the applications available, without having to spend a lot of time and effort in being able to manage the machines. And so one of the things that we were able to provide with cloud-based computing on the Windows Azure platform is to be able to remotely manage these endpoints, secure them, deploy applications, teacher curriculum apps, teaching apps, student programs, and be able to allow the students to communicate. Our end goal is to really enable education so that they can really, the education institutions themselves can really focus on what they're good at, and that's teaching. And we can focus on what we're good at, and that is helping them save money and also manage and control their IT environment. One of the recent things that they did at the school was a science project night. With my son Micah, we actually created a robot that would actually go back and forth and be remote controlled. And we're demonstrating that in the science night, and he loved it because he gets to kind of show, hey, I work with this with my dad, and look what we produce as a result. And so he was happy. It's running low on battery. One of the philosophies of Full Armor, back from 22 years ago and up to now, and why we've been so successful, is the fact that we've always focused on innovating in the latest technology. And we've done that so well because of the passion each of the partners has for being able to innovate. And so every 3 or 4 years, we're almost reinventing ourselves because we're looking at the latest technology and figuring out new products and new ways of delivering software and delivering solutions. And so that's one of the passions we have at Full Armor, both for our employees, and a lot of times we attract the most senior and the most smartest engineers because they want that same experience.